I don't mean to. I don't like it when other people do it, but every once in a while, you don't have any choice. How are you, Gail? Hey, Anne. So this is a super simple little tutorial, and I will write a little pattern for it too later on, but I'm sure you all have made a 9 patch before. It's not going to be difficult. You could do this by sewing strips together and cutting the strips, but I find it comes out a little more accurate actually cutting the squares. So I went ahead and cut the squares. But if you don't like to work with small pieces, these are 1.5-inch squares, then you might want to cut 3 small strips of your print fabric and 3 small strips of your background fabric, and then you can put it together in strips and then just cut your strips into pieces. So we're going to make 2 9 patches. I am good. Other than having an allergy attack, I'm very good. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to make 2 9 patches, and then between the 2 9 patches, we will put a block of linen. And you can do whatever you want to with that. You can do some applique on it if you want to. I'm going to do some stitching, and this is the little design that I'm going to stitch on it. When I send out the pattern, I'll send you this design in case you want to do the same one that I'm doing. And what I would do with this middle piece is cut it just a little bigger than what you need. So it's going to need to be 3.5. I would cut it 4.5 and then cut it down to 3.5 after you've stitched it. Stitching always makes it a little bit smaller. I didn't do that this time because I want to show you how it matches up. So it is 3.5. I'm so glad, Anne. Is it snowing still in Missouri? It has been a little crazy around here the last 2 days. I'm feeling a little tired just because there's been a lot of emotional good stuff, but kind of an emotional roller coaster the last couple of days. So it's all good though, but just a lot going on. So I'm a little tired. You know how that can be, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do is go over to the sewing machine. I'm going to sew these together, chain piece them together. So I'll sew these 2 pieces, those 2 pieces, those 2 pieces, these ones, these ones, these ones. Then I'll go back to the top and I'll sew that one onto there, that one onto there, that one onto there. Same thing with those. Then I'll press them and then we'll sew the rows together and our 9 patches will be all done. Mid-80s. Oh goodness, it has been cold here. I think it was in the 60s today, which isn't that cold, but I mean, it's cold for us. Cold for this time of year for us. We're having kind of a bloom, and that's the reason that my nose is just running like crazy. So please excuse me if I sniff. I don't mean to. Trying to get over here without moving my camera. So even though these are very small pieces, I still like to put a pin in the end. I find that it keeps them from shifting. And when you're sewing small pieces, even a little bit of a shift can make a big difference in your block and how it looks. So I am going to put a little pin in the end of each of my little pieces before I sew them. I wish I could see you guys talking while I'm sewing, but unfortunately the computer is across the room. So I'm just sewing these each in rows. And then when I'm done doing that, I'll sew the last pieces onto each row. And then you can press them. I think everybody is out having fun now that they've all gotten their shots. Nobody wants to be inside sewing anymore. And it's also getting nice out, so then people want to go out and go play. Okay, so there's the first bit. Now we'll do our next pieces. It was funny. I thought it was really funny this morning talking about the weather that my husband came in when I was riding the exercise bike this morning and said, I turned the heater on. So I think that's kind of funny. It's almost May. We're turning on the heater. He came to tell me that because I hate it when the heater turns on when I'm riding the bike. But I was done already, so it was not a big deal. To make it a little easier. So I am having fun making this little sampler, and I'm hoping, I think I put most of the blocks away in the same place. I'm hoping I can find all of them at the end when we go to put it together. Otherwise, I'm going to have to make extra ones to show you how to put it together when we're done. Not too many more blocks to do. I don't know why I thought we'd have it done in 6 weeks, but for some reason, I thought I'd have it done in 6 weeks, but no. We're on number 8. And I think there should be maybe 3 or 4 more weeks, 4 or 5 more weeks, something like that. I was going to do the zipper pouch today, the big knitting bag, but I worked on the pattern all weekend. I spent all day Friday. I literally sat in my chair all day Friday and worked on the pattern. And then Saturday, I made it from the pattern to make sure it all worked and everything. But I've decided it needs a couple of edits still. And so I edited a little bit yesterday, and but I think it still needs 1 or 2 things. I'm gonna change a couple of the illustrations. So it's gonna take me a couple more hours to get it all ready to go. The Bloom Tomb. Hey, Sandra. Hi, Lisa. So I'm just going to press these. So what I'm going to do when I press these is I'm going to press, the way I always do 9 patches is I press the top out. So I'm pressing both of these seams out toward the outside. And then the center, I'll press in toward the middle. And the bottom, I'll press out toward the outside. That way, when I go to sew the rows together, I can nestle all the seams. I know we've all sewn 9 patches before, but I do have a few people who are new to quilting. So I always try to give you all my tips when I'm doing this. I always feel like Just like with the Farmer's Daughter block, I always feel like you need to have a 9 patch in your sampler. Every sampler needs a 9 patch and a Farmer's Daughter block. That's what I think. And a few of the blocks that we're going to do are just going to be patchwork. They're just going to be little small patches, kind of like the 9 patch, only in different configurations. Because I think it looks really neat to put those between the other blocks. Okay, there's that. Now I'm going to wipe my nose so I don't sniff at you guys. Or I'll try not to sniff anyway. Okay, back to the sewing machine. So now I'm just matching the seams up. I know that's a lot of pins for one little block, isn't it? I still love woodland, even though I've been using it and using it and using it, which doesn't happen for me very often, but I had saved a whole yard of all of the prints for myself. And then I decided to sell them because I thought, oh, I'm not going to use this forever. And I've been using it for so many things. And when the next collection comes, I'm going to want to use that. But I kept a fat quarter bundle for myself just in case someday I might want to use it again. This this print in particular, the hazel print in all the colors is just so pretty. The floral is just really pretty. And then my all-time favorite though is the Clara print, the one with the little tiny flowers. So I just love that one. In all the different colors, the blue and the purple and the red. Okay, now I'm just flipping it around and doing the other side. So 9 patches are super simple, and I knew that you guys probably don't need to see this while I'm doing it, but I like to spend time with you guys. So I'm here doing these blocks. I wish I could tell you what's going on over here behind the scenes. It's got me so tired, but it's a secret, but I will tell you soon. You guys know you'll be the first to know when I'm allowed to say what's going on over here. The hard thing is I keep thinking, okay, I need to post some pictures on Instagram and I need to do this. I need to write some emails but I just don't have time and I'm just too tired. So I don't know why this always happens. I always think I've got all this time. It's going to be fine. And then craziness comes along. I was trying to get some box opening videos up on Instagram of the, and if you guys are talking, I'm sorry, I will answer as soon as I can see the computer again. But again, I am across the room. I was trying to get some box opening videos up on Instagram so you guys can see, or so people who are not in the club and in the Liberty League can see what's in the boxes, because we are open for new members this week, and you know, people want to know what they're going to get or some idea of like what might be in the box. And this one is off a little bit. I probably messed up cutting that one because I was not ready to go when I came home today. I had to rush and hurry up and get everything cut. So I wish that I could do videos from the shop, but I just can't. The internet there is just not good enough. Shelly. I do use a scant 1/4 inch. Sometimes 2 scants, and I end up with a mess, but yes, Marcy, soon, very soon. So the official release date of Garden Life is the 15th of May. And so just as soon as the fabric is here and I have it all ready to go, it will be in the boxes and out to you guys. Oh, these are so cute. I love tiny blocks. What is it about tiny blocks? They're just so cute. I'm going to spray starch this so I can get it nice and flat. Something about little blocks just makes them even cuter. When they're little tiny, tiny blocks, they're just adorable. Nope, I love to pin, Shelly. It's true. You are not the only one. Because if you pin, it comes out nice every time. That's why I send nice, pretty pins in the boxes too. I'm always in need of more pins, especially if they're good, ultra fine, really sharp pins. Yes, give me all of those. This one I cut wrong, but anyway, they're adorable. And so when you go to put them together, they will go like this. And that will be the section. Difficult. I guess they are a little bit just because they're small and fiddly. But if you use your stiletto or some tweezers, and if you pin, they usually come out pretty good. The magic pins are nice. I like them. Yes, in the Liberty box, 2 months ago, I guess it was, we had the magic pins. Excuse me while I wipe my nose again. They have a silicone end on the end instead of a ball, and you can iron over them. And the silicone end is really long and easy to grab, so it makes them really, really easy to use. They're really neat. They're really good pins. So this is a stitching pattern that I'll put in the pattern. So you can stitch it onto your linen if you want to. Or of course you can do whatever you want to on there. If you want to do a little applique or something, you can do that too. But I think this will be really cute with the stitching in the center. So I'm going to work on this weekend. And next week, I promise I will have finished this pattern. So the pattern is done. It's just I want to make sure I have somebody pattern test it other than myself. And so this is the socks box. And just to show you what's inside, it's got a removable divider. You can remove it because it's Velcroed in. And you can put your 2 balls of yarn in there, and the yarn can come up through these grommets. And then when you're knitting socks, your yarn won't get tangled if you do 2 socks at a time. So that's what those are. That's what that box is for, that box bag. So I even have this all cut out so that I could show you how to make it today. But as I said, I want to make sure the pattern is right before I send it to you guys. So we'll make sure it's right first, and then we'll get it out to you. Okay? Yes, I like Clover glass head pins too. And little house pins are really, really nice. The little Japanese little house pins. So those are really good pins too. Little House makes a applique pin. Let me see if I can find one here. They make these tiny little, can you see it? It's a glass head pin, and it's pink, baby pink. And they're only 3/4 of an inch. And they're applique pins, so that when you're appliquing, your thread doesn't get stuck on them because they're so short. And they're very, very, very thin. Like, I can't even, let me show you. Let's see, where is a regular, here's a regular patchwork pin, and there's, you can barely see it. It's that skinny. So these are the Little House applique pins. They're awesome. And let's see here, we've got, these are the Clover Pins, which are really nice because they're super long and skinny. Glass head pins. So yeah, I've got all different kinds in here. But I love those little pink. Yarn doesn't stick on the zipper. No? The yarn might get stuck to your Velcro. You just have to be careful to make sure that your Velcro is stuck down really good. But we're not, the yarn's not coming through the zipper, it's coming up through the grommets. And it doesn't get stuck on the grommets. So the yarn goes down inside and then it comes up through here with the zipper closed. I'm going to see. Thank you. Anyway, so that's for next week. I promise we're going to do this next week. It's all ready to go. I just want to make sure somebody else makes it before I do it. Okay. Before I send you guys the pattern to make sure that it's right. And so I hope you enjoy putting this little section of your mini quilt together. And I will see you next week. Have a wonderful, thank you, you guys. Sorry I sneezed on you. Thank you for blessing me. Bless you all too. And I will see you next week. Love you guys. Bye.